You already made the decision. You just keep reopening it because you don't like what it costs. And the longer you call it processing, the longer your nervous system gets to avoid the grief, conflict, change, or loss attached to it. So let's talk about the loop.
You keep calling this overthinking, but it's not. You keep reopening a decision that you already made because you don't like what it requires. By the end of this video, you'll know why you're doing it, the three things that are actually happening to let you know that this is the loop you're in. You'll know the one thing you need to do today to stop it. Three signs, one mechanism that's at play, and one directive. Let's get it. Sign number 3, you made a decision, thought about it, you asked one person, then you ask somebody else, how does this feel? Then you wait and see how you feel about it. That's not being thorough. That's actually avoidance with better branding. Because the truth is, you already knew the answer. You continuing to do research, that's not for more information. What you were really looking for was an easier answer. You were looking for information that felt easier to accept. And because that version doesn't exist, you keep looking, you keep asking, you keep saying, I need clarity. You keep saying, I'm trying to process this thing. I'm dealing with it. No, you're not. You keep reopening loops that you've already decided on simply because you don't want to move, because you don't like what's required. Number 2, you reopen it when things get quiet. When things get quiet around you, like as in your life. When your life gets quiet, there's that thing still sitting there, unfinished, undone. So you go back and you reopen it, even though you've already decided. You go back and you open that thing. And the cost is still the same. It still costs the same thing to execute on that decision that you already made. You already made it. But to execute on it, that cost is still there. So you pick it up again, you spin it around, you try to look at it from a different angle. You're like, maybe I missed something. Oh, I realized that I didn't even consider this. Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. And if you didn't, that part of it didn't even matter. There is no angle that you missed. What you're attempting to avoid is the cost. And I'm not talking about dollars. I could be talking about dollars, but I'm not necessarily talking about the dollars. The cost is what's required. Number 3, you know what the answer is, you know what the cost is, but you haven't verbalized it, not even to yourself. Like this has been an internal kind of processing. You haven't even let it come out of your mouth. So nobody knows that you've reached this decision. You haven't said it to yourself, you haven't said it to other people, but you know it. Saying it out loud makes it real. And that means you actually have to do something with it. So what do you do instead? It's in research phase. It's still in the works. So you keep putting it back in the research phase. You keep visiting it, looking at it, twisting around, turning it, reopening the loop of a decision that you've really already made. And now you've made it multiple times over and over again. And you haven't said it even to yourself. So stop calling it the figuring it out phase or the processing phase, or I just need a little bit more time to figure out, make sure that this is the right decision that I'm making. No, that's not the phase it's in at all. The phase that it's actually in, not confusion, protection. It's in the protection phase. Protecting from who? You. Protecting from you. It's your nervous system doing exactly what it was designed to do. So here's what's actually happening. Every time you rerun that scenario, every time you ask yourself that question again, every time you attempt to collect new information and new data, What you're really doing is asking yourself over and over again, what is the cost? What does this cost me? Are you sure it costs that? I mean, that too? It costs that too? Oh my goodness. And sometimes that cost feels too high. And you're like, I don't want to pay that. So you suppress it. Not forever, because it's right there. You just suppress it long enough for you to feel better. Just long enough for you to get through and do what I like to call performing fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. When this loop keeps happening inside of you over and over again about this decision that you've already made, but you keep telling yourself that you need more time to make it. But you don't feel fine because when it resurfaces, which you will because it's unfinished, I always say feelings buried alive never die. They just will scratch and claw to get to the surface. So this thing has been buried and suppressed, but it's still alive. So it is going to continue to resurface. And so before you know it, you find yourself right back in that loop. Push, research, ask, wait, scan, repeat. You've been calling it a process. No, you're really good at protecting yourself. You've gotten excellent at protecting yourself. Your nervous system has been with you your entire life and it knows exactly what to do to protect you. How to minimize the threat by delaying a response. Your nervous system has been yours your entire life. So it has gotten very good at protecting you. It knows how to minimize the threats before you commit. And that's why you have an issue committing to things, committing to the decisions that you make, because the cost sometimes is too high. And your nervous system knows that, and it's going to do all it can to protect you before you commit to it because it knows that follow through is going to cost you. Here's the one thing that you need to do this week. Think of that one decision that you keep ruminating over, that you keep reopening. Just one. You already know the one, whatever that is. Take that one decision and close it. Close it. You define close. Whatever close looks like to you. If you really want to end the pattern, stop researching, stop asking, stop processing, stop protecting, and close it. Decide. Then, after you do that, notice what happens in your body over the next 24 hours. Don't do anything. Don't talk about it. Don't mention it to anybody. Don't post about it. See what comes up in the next 24 hours. Not what you think. Not what you're thinking. Don't do more thinking. Not the story you're telling yourself about. Oh, I made this decision. Listen to your body. What is actually happening in your body? Are you like this, bracing? Or are you this? What will be? I did it. I made the decision. Whatever it is, make note of it. Don't do anything with it. It's just data. Listen to your body because the body always keeps the score. Your body knows if close that thing or if you're still in protection mode. I'm not going to say what should happen, what you should feel, what you should not feel. I want you to tell me in the comments, share with us. I would love to hear it. But most importantly, yourself. What is your body telling you about that? If this video was for you, you already know it. That's why you found it. And whatever that feeling is that comes up in your body, that's the next move to make. So let what will be and let the cost be whatever the costs are. That's the move. Not more thinking. You already know this issue. If you need support and what that next might look like, if it costs you a little bit too much and you're like, that's hard and I don't know if I can do that on my own. That cost is so massive and it affects so many different areas of my life. If that's the story you're telling yourself after you've listened to your body and that's your truth, is that the cost you're willing to deal with, you just can't deal with it alone. The link is in the bio. Schedule a stabilization session. And I can help you walk through that, unpack it, and the cost will still be the cost. However, you won't be going through it alone. And I can help equip you with some tools to get you through it. One decision at a time. That's all you need to do. Take care, be well, and I will see you on the next video. This is T, and I'm out.